That's fine with me. I
Yeah.
have nothing to hide.
Okay, so welcome. Well, it still says standby, so
All set.
all right, great. So welcome to the committee meeting for the Newington Library 5K fundraiser. We're going to start on our agenda, and I will probably turn things over to Kevin Mason to run through things at this point.
Okay, sure. Well, I mean, we have refreshment committee. I'm not sure who is in charge on the library side of that. Who is the lead person?
That is Lisa. So
Okay.
I have some comments from her, some notes here. So she said, we'll need to get water and figure out how to do the food. So we were thinking, or just wanted to throw it out there, that might be best to bag it and hand it out. We can get the bags and the cream cheese if you want. We can get the other supplies, napkins and whatever. She is wondering who is anybody getting the fruit and the bagels? And how are other races handling water along the route?
It's a great question. I don't know. I haven't really been to one since COVID.
Okay.
I know
I mean-
New Haven held their race on Labor Day, which I
Yeah,
was surprised. They had about 2,000 people. I'm not sure what they did as far as water.
yeah. I mean, I suppose if people pour water and I suppose to be incredibly safe, they do it with plastic gloves on or something. I don't know. I mean, the other option, obviously, I know at the end we have bottles, so that shouldn't be a real problem. Each person gets their own bottle. They just grab it, just set up the cases and let them grab them. I'm just not sure. I know we usually have a water table at 1.5 miles. I'm not sure if we still do that or not. I mean, a runner doesn't really want to grab a whole bottle. They want to just grab a paper cup, take a couple sips and throw it away, you know?
Right.
Right. So do you think we could do that if we had the people pouring the water wearing a mask and?
Yeah, I honestly don't see why not. If they have plastic gloves on and they're wearing masks, I mean, that's about as safe as you can be to pour the water. I mean, let's be
What
honest,
about-
go ahead.
Sorry. What about the mini bottles? You know, the small bottles of water, not the big ones?
Yeah, I mean, for a walker, that's not bad. And, you know, again, if that's your only alternative, that's fine. But
I don't think
usually
they
a
want to
runner,
slow down and focus on twisting off the top and,
yeah,
you know, carrying something. So they want something to wet their whistle, I think, but.
yeah. I mean, again, can they get through a lot of people carry their own water, especially the walkers. And, you know, can you get through 3 miles without it? Yeah, you can, but it's nice to have it halfway through. You know.
Megan or has anybody been to a race or heard about what they have or have not done?
Oh, I have not. I do
I
not know.
I could ask Lou Platt, you know, our timer. He might have some ideas. I can reach out to him
Okay.
and get back to the board on that.
All right. I think at this point, I would almost think that we could go forward with a water table. Megan, you have your hand up. Maybe we'll turn to you.
Actually, I'm currently also working on the COVID transmission reduction plan for the Lantern Festival that's happening this coming weekend. And one of the things in talking to the health director, you know, that event is obviously very different. But people have to go into tables to get their lanterns, and that means there's a congregation of people around a table. So my opinion, and I believe it would be the health director's opinion as well, would be to avoid the water table, just because then you're looking at a lot of people just, and they're, you know, they're going to be running. The expectation for masks is a silly thing to do, especially at a race. But if there was a way to set up multiple water tables, that would probably be something. But I think it's probably a better idea to ask what other towns and what other people are doing. Like you mentioned, I don't run races, so I'm not sure what people are doing. But that would be my only input, is if you could have multiple tables or the little bottles of water, which again isn't really ideal. but it might be just best to figure out what other towns are doing.
So that it's valid to figure out what other towns are doing. Has anyone here been at the water table? I have not, but my impression is that they're gonna run by, they're gonna slow down, grab some water and go. And if there's a congregation of people there, the runners are not the ones that are gonna slow down. They'll probably do without and keep moving.
Oh, okay. So this isn't at like the finish line or starting point.
No,
It's not-
no, this is
Okay,
in
all
the
right.
middle of the race. We usually have a table with Dixie cups out with water in it. And typically the runner will run by, scoop one up, throw it on themselves or drink it and, keep going. And
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I
and
was
that's what we're
just thinking it was
of.
something different.
At the end of the race, we have the full 16-ounce bottles, closed and they can go through and we'll be outside and they can, we can spread these things out. That's what we're thinking of. So usually we have some water available at the end. Sometimes if people are asking, if they want to carry their own bottle of water, we let them grab it ahead of time. But we're thinking mid-race table of water, and I think we would be fine with it. And again, it's there if people really want the water, and if people are more concerned about a grouping of folks, not. And maybe if we have people staffing the water table, they're wearing a mask.
In the past, we've had 4 of the teenage high school kids do it.
Yeah.
And they would sometimes hand the water out, maybe, I don't know if that's better or worse, I suppose.
Yeah.
If
Well,
they're
I
wearing
think-
masks and they're wearing gloves.
I was going to say, I think we've learned that it's not really a contact,
Yeah.
transmitted. It's more respiratory. And Megan, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Certainly not hard to have them wear, gloves. It's not like it's middle of July. Let's hope it's not very humid on that day. But we could certainly have them have a mask and gloves to hand them out.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's more airborne, like you said, but
I thought,
sometimes gloves make it worse.
yeah,
Because then they're sitting there, they're touching their phones, they're touching everything else, and then they're touching the thing again. As long as people know how to wear gloves, then there's no problem with it, but I don't think that that's a
it probably
high
does.
priority.
Okay, so maybe we'll have masks available for people there.
Yeah.
And any COVID supplies that you guys need, this being a town-run function, we have COVID supplies at the, it's at the town hall. So if you need masks or sanitizer or things like that, we have that available. It's through that COVID relief money that we're purchasing all those items.
Okay, that
That's
would be
great.
great. So it is a town, so this is where being independent may not be good for us, but it is the library's event, the Board of Trustees. So the library is for the town and the money would go benefit the library, but it's the Board of Trustees part of the library, not the town. I don't know if we need to split hairs or not.
Yeah, my job is to keep the town safe. And so these people are from town and in our town, so it qualifies.
Okay, I just didn't want to,
Yeah, no, I get it. It's
I'm
a little
always the first one
convoluted,
out there
but-
waving the flag saying, no, we're privately owned. So I didn't want anybody to call me on not calling that out.
No, send them to me. It's fine.
Okay, so yeah, then we would like to have, some masks for our volunteers to wear if they're going to be behind a table or someplace or, bagging the foods and doing stuff like that. If people bring their own masks, that's great. But to have, some to hand out when people are like, oh my God, I can't believe I forgot a mask, that would be great.
Yeah, if somebody just wants to shoot me an email with like a list of things that like sanitizer, masks, whatever, I can grab that. I'll be in the office. I'm in a class right now, 3 days a week, but I'll be in the office tomorrow and Thursday. So I can
Okay.
get
Do that, Megan.
Okay, thanks, Karen.
So Karen will send you that list and the race and pickup date isn't until October 2nd and 3rd, but it's coming quick. So thank you.
That'll be really helpful. I think the town providing the masks like that, that's really very good. I like that.
I got masks coming out of my eyeballs. I'm happy to get them out of there.
Yeah.
Good.
Put them to good use.
Okay.
Diane,
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know why my video's not on. It looks like I'm on, but
You're on and
Can hear you.
we can hear you.
okay. I don't know why my video didn't connect when I logged in. Anyway, on the tables for the water in the mid-race, I would suggest that you maybe, as Megan said, have a couple of tables, spread it out a little bit because it can get congested. I mean, it's not that the race is going to be so big or that it is big, but you can get a a clump of people all of a sudden arriving at the same time as at one table. So maybe if we had 2 tables spread a little bit apart, it might ease the flow a little bit. Just a suggestion.
Okay. That sounds good. Is Ron on? Am I seeing Ron's phone number on there? Can we maybe set up 2 tables on the race route? You know, I mean, separated by 10 feet, whatever, you know, the same general area, but
Right.
I think he's on. He may be muted.
He's on his
Ron?
phone. He can hit *6 and he should be able to talk.
Ron, if you're there and you want to say something, you can hit *6.
944.
Okay, so I'll make a note of it. 2 tables for water, separated a little bit.
Yeah, can
so
you
that
hear me
people
now?
know that they're there. I think, yes, now I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, 2 tables are fine, and I think we could still go with cups of water there, and it's really not congested at the water station.
Okay, so I think if we had 2 tables, give people a choice if it is, I mean, a part of it is we've had up to like 350 people in a race, and you know, as of last week, we didn't have 100 people registered. So I don't think we're going to have that many, but you know, if 10 of them get there at the same time, that's too many. So if we have the
Okay.
table split,
Okay.
but in the same
Yep.
area, right? Let's have the table, you know, 6 feet apart from each other so that people have a choice,
Sure.
right? Everybody's not
Okay.
Diane,
backing
and
up.
again, I have a question about, or we go back to the food? I think
Yes,
Karen had some questions about how is the food getting there?
Yes.
So we will have the bagel, I'm assuming we will have the bagels again. The details of the pickup have not been defined yet, but I would presume it's similar. So we would get the bagels in the morning, bring them to the race. I mean, I think we would need to be I wouldn't want to be bagging them out in the open. It would be better if we could do it in private or out of the way or whatever. I need to talk to Veggie World about the fruit. I would imagine that we could get the fruit the day before. And you know, I don't know what else Karen needs to know.
I think that was it.
What time are we gonna start divvying this up?
so let's think about this, because for the first time ever, we have a pre-race day packet pickup. So they're not going to be picking up the food then, but that's from 10 to 3, and it's, you know, the library lobby or outdoors area where people can pick up their t-shirts and their bibs and stuff like that from 10 to 3 on Saturday. And then our normal race day, folks are, you know, welcomed from 7:30 on in the morning with a start at 9 a.m. And usually for the food, they don't get the food until they come back from the race.
So
So-
we usually are there at 7:30 to you know, cut fruit and everything else, but we're not gonna cut the fruit this year.
Right,
And we're gonna bag the bagels, right?
right.
So
Did
the same
you-
time, 7 o'clock?
I would think.
Okay.
Anna?
I do. I'm
Karen?
sorry.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I just wanted to, are we getting cream cheese? We can do that if is that something that was decided?
We wanted the little individual cream cheeses.
Okay.
If we can get them. That's what we need.
Okay.
Um,
We'll check on that.
Diane?
Yes, go ahead, Neil.
Yeah, as far as the Saturday pickup for numbers and things, how is that gonna be handled? Are libraries, board members have to be stationed in the library from 10 to 3?
Yeah, I have you down from 9 o'clock in the morning for setup until 4 o'clock for cleanup.
Okay, great. Okay, so in good hands then.
No, so yes, that's really what's going to happen. We were trying to avoid the morning race.
No, I understand that. I was wondering how we're gonna staff the
It is
pre-race on
with
Saturday about the
volunteers,
number.
and it should be Board of Trustee volunteers.
Okay,
So I'm planning to be there. Who else?
I'll be
I
there.
can come. Chris?
This is Maureen. I plan on being there.
Great.
Also, just back to the bagels and cream cheese for a minute. Make sure
Mhm.
we have utensils. I know there've been some years when we
Ah.
shy of knives.
Oh, yeah, we'll probably need a bunch of plastic knives if they're gonna,
Okay.
or even just to rip open those things, you know, they can kind of squirt it on their bagels.
Well,
If we cut the bagel in half, they should be able to squirt it on.
Yeah,
Yeah, we never had plastic forks before.
Yeah, I don't think we need plastic forks. I was thinking of the knives to spread the cream cheese, but really,
Yeah.
if it's in an envelope, they can squeeze it on.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
Okay.
Diane, for the Saturday pickup, it's 10 to 3. Are we gonna do it in shifts?
Yes, we could do it in shifts. We probably should do it in shifts, and I would imagine that we would need some, if we're welcoming folks at 10, I would think that we would need people there at 9 or 9:30 to set up the tables and get the stuff out there. Karen, any thoughts on the time frame for that?
Probably, I would say probably around 9.
Okay.
okay, so this is Chris.
Hi, Chris.
So I can come from like 9 to 12
That would be great.
on Saturday. And then, do you need somebody to pick up from Veggie World or wherever? What are you getting from them anyway?
Anna? Yep,
Yeah,
there you go.
So in the past, we've just gotten bananas, but we can get bananas and oranges. I mean,
The only thing is, we're not cutting, and
Right.
do we
Yeah,
want to cut, give
so
them a
somebody's
whole
gonna get a
orange
whole
and let them?
banana, and they're gonna get a whole orange.
Okay.
Are you uncut, an orange uncut?
Yeah,
Yeah, we can't cut this year.
right.
Okay.
Okay, so what
about?
we probably could cut the bagels because that would be easier for them to apply things, correct? Like we've done in the past, we wear gloves, we wear a mask, we cut the bagels, throw them in a bag with the cream cheese envelope, and then we have the bananas and the oranges out, and they can pick a bag with a bagel and a cream cheese thing in it, and then they can get whatever fruit they want.
Anna, haven't we had cut bagels in the past?
Yes.
I don't know. I just get the food. I don't typically
Yes,
work.
we have had cut bagels in the past.
And Dunkin' Donuts did that.
No,
We cut them.
No,
We
Oh,
cut
we
them.
cut.
We cut them in the mornings. So that's why we had the tables, we had the knives, we had the gloves. This year.
Anna,
we'll
do
add
you
masks
have
to
the,
that.
the same stores that are providing the bagels?
I have not gotten the list from Anya yet. As soon as I do, I can reach out to you, Maureen.
Okay, and I'll do one of the pickups or whatever.
Great. Okay, so we need some pickups. We need pickups at Veggie World. And the Dunkin' Donuts, and usually it's more than one Dunkin' Donuts store that's giving it to us. So Chris, did I hear that you would be willing to do pickups at one of those places? Christine? She looks frozen. She
Yeah.
might have lost her connection. Okay, we'll circle around. I'll send out a list, a sign up sheet for Saturday and Sunday.
I
She's
think
back.
we've got connected again. Christine,
Yeah, I'm
Are you-
back.
are you willing to do the pickup at Veggie World?
Yes, just, is that Saturday?
It would be Friday.
Friday? Isn't the race Sunday?
Oh, yes,
Yes.
you're right, Saturday. So I'm sorry.
Okay.
So Chris
And-
is gonna pick up at Veggie World on Saturday.
Is there a time?
I'll get that information for you.
Okay. And when am I picking up bananas?
It would be, yeah, it's like 30 pounds of bananas and the same of oranges.
Okay.
So you pick them up on Saturday and then just bring them in the morning
Okay.
on Sunday.
Okay.
So moving on to the tables, we'll have the regular crews that come in at 7 or 7:30, get started loading the tables, and cleanup crews, everybody afterwards. I think that's pretty straightforward.
You know, is there?
Right.
Anything
So
else
we're
on those?
setting all of this up at the library parking lots, right? So we're not using the community center or anything else at this point. So we're all in the library and Mazzacoli Way area, just so you know.
Okay.
Would you guys
If we
like
have rain,
bins?
what do we do
I'm
if it
sorry.
rains?
We have tents.
That's,
You're talking about cleanup, Kevin. Do you guys want bins for the water bottles?
I think that'd be a good idea.
Yes.
Otherwise they
Okay.
just bag, I think we've bagged them in the past and kept them separate for the rest of the garbage.
Okay, we'll get those.
Okay.
And if the bins could hold bags, that would be good, because that's,
Okay.
we end up bagging them.
Diane, last year we didn't have enough bins to throw water bottles in, as I remember.
Right, that's always a
Like,
challenge.
I would say 4 locations when,
Okay. We can get those. 4 or
Okay.
5.
Okay, awards committee. And we also got
Yes.
trophies and booster awards, Neil.
Yeah, I've been in contact with Paul Powers, and what he's doing is we have trophies and medals from last year that he
Okay.
got, and he's going to change the dates on them. We're gonna have the trophies and the medals, and I think there were 2 10-year
Yeah,
they all had last year's date on it, but he's going to change the date to this year, or just have brand new trophies and medals.
okay,
But he's on it. He's on it, and
okay.
it's being taken care of.
All right. And then, yeah, obviously you didn't have a race last year, so the 10-year award wouldn't have changed. It'll just go forward 1 year.
Yeah, so he's working on it, and we're fine.
I'm gonna have to refresh my recollection of who those 210 people were, so
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm making a note now to make sure I do that. I assume sponsorships is pretty much set already.
We received all of our sponsorships from our corporate sponsors. I've only received 2 trustee sponsorships.
Oh, I never sent out that email. I will send out the email to the trustees to remind them.
Okay,
I mailed
and
mine out
prizes.
on Monday.
What
Thank
was
you.
that?
Pauline, I mailed mine out on Monday with
Yeah,
a gift card.
I picked up Thursday. So it could be at the library today. I haven't gone in. I was going in tomorrow.
It's okay.
Prizes, we have all our gift cards and our physical prizes.
I think we have a lot. I still have to get something from Fleet Feet. I contacted them via email about a week ago. They haven't gotten back to me yet, but normally they provide a bag and a hat as part of the drawing the raffle prize.
Okay.
And I'm not sure about the other
Karen,
thing there.
Yeah, we have probably about 20, 21, I think, so far.
and do you have the spreadsheet marked?
Yes, I think Carolyn had been working on that with Lisa.
Could you send me a copy, please?
Yes.
So this is Anna. We need to, let me back up here. First, I have a question for Karen. I thought I had a long time ago picked up a gift donation. It was a seat cushion, an orthopedic seat cushion from Michael Crouchley. And I honestly, this is ridiculous because he gives one every year. I can't remember if he actually gave it to me this year or if it was from 2 years ago. But if you have a seat cushion,
Okay.
you let me know. The other thing, I sent out letters to about 25 museums trying to get passes. And those items that you're collecting, Karen, and listing, some of them are for the Ready, Set, Go giveaway and not for the 5K race.
Yeah.
Raffle.
I think we were doing
Separate
two
both.
bags, right? Two prize bags, Anna, one for the race and one for the Ready, Set, Go.
Right, right.
Okay.
And I can tell you that I know that there's going to be a gift basket dropped off this week from Concentric, an exercise group in town. I just picked up today a bag of food donations from Trader Joe's. We get that every year. There should be another one coming in from the Connecticut Humane Society. And, I had hoped that more of those museums would have sent something in, but it still could be. They could still arrive. I don't know if more have arrived since I got the last list.
I don't think so, Anna.
Okay.
Okay, so I think that spreadsheet is key so that we can track it and know what's happening and then identify which prizes go where,
Okay.
right? Are we close to that? Okay.
I will send that.
Can't put a price on a good spreadsheet.
Karen, if you could reach out to me.
I will, Anna.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. So we're relatively set with prizes. We need to get an accounting of where we are with that and then try to reach out to folks if we need to go ahead and collect.
Don't forget about our wooden tap if we have to raid that.
Yep, that's available, but
Right.
we'll see how that goes. Thank you. Back into the timing company. Kevin, I'll hand it back over to you.
Yep, I think we're all set with timing, registration form, online registration. I think we're all set there. And rates, numbers I have 200. I can get more. I'll be watching the registration. And if we get over, getting close to get to that number, then I'll move for some more numbers.
Okay, does anybody know where our numbers are within the
I
last
have them.
24? No, I meant our registration numbers within the last 24 hours or so.
No,
We're a little
like
over
last time, 50.
Yeah, 52.
I think we were at 69 when I was counting the t-shirts. I think we were at 69 between mail-in and
Yeah,
online.
I don't know what the mail-in number is.
Right, so we were less than 100.
Yeah, and I've got to swing by Karen and pick up the registration, so I can start putting them in the system.
Okay.
And the sooner, I'd like to do that sooner
When
than
were you
later.
planning on doing that, Kevin?
Well, what's today? Monday? The library's not open yet, right?
Yes, actually we are.
Oh, you are.
Limited. Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? I have to knock on
Limited
the
browsing.
Limited browsing and
Limited.
computer appointments.
door? Okay. Well, I'll give you a call tomorrow and
Okay.
come this
You
sometime
can
this
knock
weekend.
on the door and get in.
No.
Yes, you can
And-
come to the side and knock if you want, Kevin.
Okay, I'll do that. And get started. And then just quickly on the registration is normally we shut down online registration Saturday at 3. It just gives me time to get things set up, but because we're doing early pickup on Saturday morning, I'm shutting online registration down at 5, and then I'm going to send, Ian, I'm sending to you, right, the spreadsheet? Anna?
It's muted.
Sorry, I was muted. But you need to take that spreadsheet and assign the bib numbers to it.
Yes, I understand, but I mean,
Oh,
I gotta
okay.
give that to somebody, so you guys know who to assign to. Do you want me just to bring that to the library on Saturday morning?
Or, I mean, if you could do that, or you could send it as a PDF to Karen and Lisa to print.
Whatever is
You could
easier
do
for you
that.
guys, it's fine. What do you want?
I
me
would
to do,
take it, but
Karen?
I have a
That's fine.
family obligation that day. I will not be there on Saturday.
Yeah, I think if you
Send
can
it
get
to
it to the
us.
library, we can print off copies because we're gonna
Yep.
have to do the registration and handout on Saturday.
Right, all right. So what I'm just saying is it'll take me, I've got to pick up the last set of forms on Friday night, probably right at 5, then go back and get everything all set up and enter all the information. It takes a couple hours. And then I gotta set the spreadsheet up and assign the bib numbers. So I'm just asking who wants that spreadsheet? Normally we just bring it on Sunday morning when we have the race. but,
Right.
uh,
So we'll need it for Saturday morning. You're correct, Kevin.
okay, so I'll bring it to the library. You guys are gonna get together at 9, you said, so I'll bring it between, 9 and 9:30 on Saturday morning.
Super. Thank you.
Okay? Yep, no problem.
My apologies. I have to leave you for another meeting.
Thanks. Thanks, Leanne.
Bye, Liam.
Appreciate your
Bye,
patience.
Leanne.
Bye.
Hi.
Okay, okay, so the next section is course committee. And I gotta write down, bring numbers too, because you'll need the numbers on Sunday and Saturday morning as well, sorry. Course committee, so police, are we all set? Ron, you still there?
Yeah, can you hear me, Kevin?
Yes, yes.
I
Yes.
can, Ron. All right, we have our other policemen assigned, they're gonna lead the race?
Say again?
Do we have, are the police on board for the race?
Yes, I've already touched base with the police department. If they don't get any calls, they'll be able to lead the procession.
Okay. I have the loudspeaker system. I don't have the starter horn. I think, Ron, usually you bring me the starter horn, is that correct?
Yeah, yes, I've got the horn. It's still working.
Okay.
Good.
Homeowners notification, usually it's Dennis, myself, and Ron. Is Dennis still on the board?
He's not still on the board.
I was talking to Lisa today, and he still wants to hand out some notices like before, so.
Super.
Okay.
And I'm supposed to contact him, and when I pick up the notices, I'll drop off his area to him.
Okay. Well, you and
All
I
right.
and Dennis gonna do the same territory? We always do?
Yeah, yes, the same ones we usually do.
Okay. I'll try to remember which one I do.
Yep.
Then course signs and sponsor signs, we're gonna do the same thing usually we do is I'll pick up the
Yes.
mile marker signs. You'll do the direction signs, Ron?
Yes,
day of the race?
yes, I will.
Pretty much the same
Yeah.
thing we always do every year, right? Okay. And then what are you guys using for
And,
bathrooms this year? I'm sorry, Ron, go ahead.
I touched base with the bus garage too. They're gonna leave out the extension cord for the timer.
Okay. Thanks. Bathrooms and power, what are we using this year?
The
For
library.
the bathrooms, we're going to use the library.
Oh, okay. All right. And then race volunteers, I saw something floating around about contacting the high school.
Yeah, Kevin, I contacted Michelle Royer from the library, and she contacted Pamela Ennis from the workforce development specialist for the school system, and she's going to provide us with the high school volunteers. Let's see. I think yeah, I think we're going to ask for like 10 or 12 volunteers. We
Okay.
probably won't get 10 or 12, but we're all set to get high school volunteers to show up for the race.
Okay.
Well,
all right.
well,
in the past we've been
I'm
doing-
good.
Go ahead.
Hey, Kevin,
Yeah.
I'll need about 4 or 5 volunteers to do Wilson Avenue intersections during the race, and probably 3 or 4 girls to do the water stations.
Okay. Yeah, no
Okay.
problem. And then we usually have a couple at the end of the race with the water. I'm
Yep.
not sure, and I think normally we're
Yep.
looking for adults to do Wilson, right? Ron, normally assign adults to do the crosses on Wilson.
Yes, I usually do Wilson and Walsh, and then I usually set up a few further toward the end of the race, and then probably one at Robbins.
Okay. All
So
right.
this is
Well,
Ann. Ron was saying he was going to have, I don't know, what, 3 or 4 at the water table. But if we have 2 tables, maybe we need more volunteers there.
no, I don't think
No.
so.
No,
Can I just mention
no,
this?
I think 2 at each table would be enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just, Kevin, you went pretty fast over the course signs and sponsor signs. Just so you know, we're working on getting the sponsor signs. I'm not sure where we're going to hang them, but we'll have them. And one of the signs is going to be a Tilcon truck parked in the parking lot.
Okay. Yeah, I
Tilcon
mean, I
is
think
our premier
major
sponsor now.
sponsor, yeah. Yeah, the one thing we don't have obviously outside is we don't have the walls where we can hang things up and the easels, and I mean, we'll have to bring easels and put them together that we do for the sponsorship sign we've done in the past, and also hanging up results. And, you know, I mean, it's a little nice having indoors, but obviously we can't do that this year. So we'll just have to, you know, we'll have to figure out ways of getting around some of that stuff.
You've got the Friends trailer over
Yeah, I
on,
was thinking of that too. We could always use the Friends trailer,
And
have duct tape.
okay, yeah, I mean, masking tape will work fine. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not permanent.
Oh, I'm not sure if I made it clear, but we're gonna ask for 12 high school volunteers.
12.
That would be good.
Yeah. That's what we're aiming for.
Okay,
And Diane, this is Pauline, what are we doing about the signs for notification of the race? We were talking about working with the Friends and using their list to put out, and I don't see that on our list.
So Kim Rada and the Friends group have been working with their printer to make up signs that will look very similar to the book sale signs. So they're yard signs, and they're printing them. She's waiting to get the proofs back from the printer, and then the Friends people are going to distribute them much as they do the book sale signs. So if you normally had a book sale sign in your front yard, they've probably contacted you to see if they can put a race sign, and they would put them out Monday before the race, so that we
All right,
can get the time.
thank you.
Thank you.
and if there's anybody on the board who lives in a high profile track area and you would like a lawn sign for the race, just let me know and I'll pass that information on to the Friends.
Yeah, Kim already contacted me since I'm on the route.
That's
Right.
great. Yes, and we have one going on at Halloran Drive across from the school, so hopefully we'll get a lot of traffic there.
Okay,
It's not my house, but I've got an in.
Having in.
transportation mile timers, normally, I think you do that as well, Ron, right?
Say that again, Kevin?
Well, I mean, you're gonna bring somebody to the 1 mile timer, I assume one of the girls, or I shouldn't say girls, one of the volunteers.
Volunteers.
Yeah, I'll be able to bring them around.
Yeah, I mean, two, somebody can walk to. Paul used to do that in the past. Is Paul still involved?
Yeah,
Is Paul
Yep.
still on the board?
No.
Oh, okay. So usually he used to do 2 mile and I usually do the 3 mile. So we'll probably
I
need
don't
somebody
think
to
you
do
can
2
count
mile.
on Paul. He has some health
Okay.
issues.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's not absolutely critical that we have mile people, but we'll see if when we're there, if we can round somebody up to do the 2 mile, maybe one of the volunteers can do that as well.
Okay.
Okay. Then ambulance, I assume we're all set with the ambulance as well. I think you guys usually handle that,
Ambulance
Karen,
insert.
right?
Well, we have Megan on.
Megan.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
she's okay. She's still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
So we did put out the notice today to our CERT members, to get, well, we put it out again today, to get, volunteers, and one of my CERT coordinators is coordinating the, individuals. I know we already have 2 people that are signed up, to assist. I just need, a little bit more information on, like times they should arrive, where they should be meeting, how long they're expected to be there, that kind of stuff.
The race
We're not-
actually starts at 9. Oh, go ahead, Kevin. I was going to say the race starts at 9. They would have to be there before then. And we're usually completely done by noon and the racers, and that's with, you know, the awards and everything else. But Kevin, you probably have a better feel. For
Yeah, usually the last walker comes in around 10. So usually an hour that somebody could actually be in danger, for lack of a better word. After that, it's just, you know, people are standing around eating or waiting for the ceremony to win
All
the
right, so I'll
prizes.
say like 10:30, 11 max, but then what time do you want them to arrive?
I mean, just a little before 9, I would think, 8:45 maybe. I mean, just to get them in position. I think
Okay.
they usually just park near the bus station in the past and just, if there's a call, they go out. They don't actually follow them or.
So I don't represent the ambulance. I'm the emergency management director, so I don't know what the ambulance does. So the CERT members are the people that are going to be doing like traffic flow along the race route.
The radio.
I spoke with somebody at ambulance just to double check, and they're fine. They have one volunteer right now. They need another one, and she said that's not going to be a problem, that it's a little bit early for them with their schedules. So we should be all set.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, then, Megan, I apologize. And as far as CERT is concerned, then Ron will assign them to the various streets that have the highest traffic. We probably need, I guess, 2 or 3. Ron will do 1, and then we cross over Wilson 2 more times, and then Wilson runs into Willard, and that's usually probably someplace you'd want somebody as well. So probably 3 other people besides Ron.
Right. So the only thing about the CERT members, and this is a little bit convoluted because they're like official, they have to be certified and go through this whole 48-hour class to do traffic in a roadway. So they can stand on a street corner, which they're not, because of the conflict with, I don't know, that when we first created a CERT team, there was a potential conflict with overtime and police and things like that. So we didn't get them certified. Some people are, and I will ask, you know, I know the people who are, so if they sign up, then we can assign them to like Wilson and Willard to the bigger intersections. But they cannot be in a roadway. They can stand on the corner. It's ridiculous, but they can stand on a corner and they can wear their neon shirts, and they're all trained for traffic flow. They can do traffic control and direction in a park, like for Motorcycle Madness, but in a roadway they can't. So they they couldn't walk into the road and stop a car. And in the past, I know people have had concerns because they've been told to do that by volunteers or whoever, and then they do it, and then some other CERT member sees them doing it, and it creates all sorts of a mess I don't want to deal with. But I just want to make it clear to you guys that they can't physically control traffic in a roadway.
Okay, I didn't know that.
But they can, you know, again, they're a presence. They can see runners coming. They can, you know, they can tell somebody to stop, and they're trained to do that. And if they choose to walk into the road, they're no longer covered by me.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, I do it on Willard and Garfield all the time. I stand up to like I know what I'm doing.
Right. Like I could do it just if like if they took off their CERT shirt, they could do it. But if they're representing CERT, they can't.
I see. All right. Thanks.
Unless they're trained again.
Okay. Well, we'll try to configure who, if somebody is trained, put them on the most busiest intersection.
They all, and again, they all have the basic training. It's pretty self-explanatory. So I would advise you put them on the bigger intersections versus, you know, just, you know, a high schooler or something like that. Yeah. No offense to them, but they do have training in it. It's just not the certification.
Okay. Thank you.
Kevin,
all right. Yes.
Kevin, just a question about the ambulance. Did you say that they really didn't need to be present until about 8:30, between 8:30 and 8:45?
Yeah, I mean, you do have a couple of warm-up runners, but other than that, I mean, it's just I don't think it's any different until they start the race. I mean, we're just trying to protect somebody from getting hit by a car, having somebody there immediately, or somebody twisting their ankle or falling down or something like that.
I think they had it on their schedule. I think they had something like 7:30.
They usually do come pretty early, but I don't see why they need to be there that early.
I can let them know. Yeah. Thank you.
Promotions, I assume we have the t-shirts, or going to get the t-shirts, Diane?
So the t-shirts have been ordered, the logos have been sent. I'm waiting for the proofs and the final numbers. We were kind of dancing around with that until we figured out that because of the way we advertise the race, we have to order so many anyway. So we figured out the quantities and the sizes. So we're using the same vendor, and I'm not anticipating any problems getting them on time. He hasn't said anything.
And as far as the numbers, the sizes, you just pretty much use what we used in the past?
More or less. So for the few people that registered, we started there, and then we kind of equated it with the other orders in the past. So I don't know how it's all going to work out. We had such little information to go with this year because the registration is low to begin with. that it's,
We usually get, well, in the past, we've gotten up to 100 day of race registrations too, don't forget. So, we usually
yes,
run
I
around.
am hoping for more, but what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
you're right, it was kind of a guess of, what's been popular in the past, and so we kind of use that as a guideline.
Okay. Yeah, because I would say on average, we get about 200 pre-race and about 100 race. A lot of people wait to see the weather's going to look like.
Right.
So, although I don't remember what our numbers were 2 years ago. I think it was just under 300 if I remember right, but.
Well, the most t-shirts we've ever run was I think 390. And that's, not only for the runners, but for the sponsors and stuff, because some of them get shirts as, as part of the sponsor package and what have you.
Well, we had 400 and something one year, 412 or something, but I don't foresee us seeing that number. There's just too many races. This weekend we got a ton of races this weekend as well. It's a real popular weekend.
Right.
Okay. Public relations, I'm not sure. Other than, do we put anything in? We used to put things in the current, but I don't think we do that anymore, do we, Karen?
We haven't done that for a couple of years.
That's what I thought. I mean, we're on the 5 or 6 major race websites. I mean, I did that when we decided the race was being moved. So if people are searching, they're going to find us,
And it will be on the, it'll be on the, I'm going to call it the CBS signboard.
Yes.
Right.
yes.
There, the week before. Is it the week before?
It's the week before. It should be up the
So
Sunday
it'll be
before.
there. It was in footnotes. There was a write-up on it. Was it the Real Reminder or something else?
Newington Life, it's Newington Life.
Newington Live,
Life.
yeah.
Had a write-up on it.
So we are putting it out on social media quite often.
Great.
Okay. All right. Well,
It's also
some people,
promoted-
some people are just probably concerned and not going to come, especially with kids who aren't vaccinated. They may have concerns there. That's going to hurt our numbers, obviously. And I think the quantity of races out there probably hurts our numbers as well.
Yeah, that seems, whether it's May or October, that seems to be recurring.
Yeah.
case.
So, I mean, I just got to assume there's some people that just don't want to bring their children who are not vaccinated, and we have a lot of sub-12-year-olds running these races, and
Right.
some people may not feel comfortable. Sponsor sign,
we,
race sign, and banner. Oh, I'm sorry.
Do we reach out to the high school track team and cross-country team? Do they usually participate?
We have reached
Usually
out to them. Go ahead, Kevin.
Usually cross-country runners will run the race in the spring because they're not in their season. The season's fall. But right now, because their season's fall, I don't know if we'll get those runners this year.
So one of my nephews ran track, and he always used to run our race until his coach told him, no extracurricular races. You get damaged. You're out on the season. Just saying, that's,
Okay, cancel that idea.
Well, no,
Yeah.
it is a good idea, but because we're in season, I think the likelihood is lower. Maybe they need more places to race and go, but that's what one of my nephews was told by his coach.
Yeah, like I said, the cross-country runners who run the 3.1 mile distance in the race, they would run our race in the spring because they weren't in the season. They may run track 1,500 or 800s, but they're not running 3 miles. But now they're in the middle of their 3-mile seasons. So I would be surprised if their coach is going to let them run a race on a Saturday. Maybe they had a meet on Friday or they have a meet next Monday, That could also be, we didn't get that many. We probably get half a dozen kids that run cross country, maybe 8 or 10 in a good year. Sponsor sign, race sign, and banner. I think, Anna, you kind of talked about that already, where we're kind of like where we're going to put that.
Right, I think Lisa worked with the town on the placement for the truck so we can get high visibility. And we're collecting information now on the other sponsor banners and where they're gonna go.
Okay. And then, well, number 5, we've done already, registration forms and database. Anna's been giving me blurbs to send out to all people who have either been in the race this year or have registered in previous years. So we're doing that, I'd say, monthly, Anna? We've been doing that pretty much?
Yeah, we were we were doing it on a monthly basis and now we're doing it on a weekly basis.
Okay. So if you guys have ever registered, you've probably been seeing these come in.
Great.
And we've got one scheduled for tomorrow to send out. Anna gave to me today, so we'll get that on to the group tomorrow. And we've also told all the people that registered about the new pickup on Friday, on Saturday.
You've got my disease. I keep telling everybody it's in September, it's October.
Any other business, questions, comments, issues?
I actually have just a few for Ron. Ron, we're wondering how many tables we used, refreshment tables we used from the community room, because we'll need to pull tables out of our shed. Do you remember, or does anybody remember?
Yeah, we do about I think 12 tables, I think.
Okay.
Between the registration tables, we use 3 for that. We have 2 for the prize tables. Then we usually have 4 for food. And then we normally have 1 or 2 for water. I'm not sure on that one there. So that's
Yeah, it was 2 for water.
2 for water. Yeah, so yeah, well, that's right, 1 for teacher. So I just know for some reason it doesn't stick to my mind. Is what I think we've done in the past.
Yeah, usually 12, 14 tables.
Well, it's 14 because you take 2 with you. Oh, actually, we need 2 for you to take to the water station now, and then we usually have 1 or 2 at the end where we put all the water bottles on for the end of the race.
Yeah.
You can decide
Yeah.
how you want to handle that. So
14.
So Karen, 14 or even 16 if you want to count the end of the race.
And I apologize if this was already addressed, but Ron, did you say you had the mile marker signs?
No, I don't have those.
Okay.
I'll look for them. If Kevin doesn't, if Kevin doesn't have them, then they must be at the library.
I'll check, Karen, and I'll get back to you. I don't know if I kept them. I know a couple of years I've kept them, but I know where they'd be if I have them. So
okay, just
I'll check and let you know.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Any other business? Questions or comments?
No. Nope. Anybody else on the call have questions? Nope.
Okay. Then Karen, I'll talk to you later about coming by and picking things up and stuff like that.
The one thing I would ask is for those folks that can volunteer on Saturday and on Sunday, if you send me just a list and let me know what times you're available, because I certainly don't want to have, 10 people at, from 9 to 10 and nobody from, 1 to 3. So if maybe if you can send me a list, we can try to figure that out. I don't think we're going to figure it out on the call, but just for setup and what's going on and make sure that we have some coverage there. I would appreciate that.
So
and that was to the trustees.
This is our last meeting then, before the
Our
race.
last official meeting. If we need to pull another meeting together, I would say look for emails, because I'm sure as it gets closer, we'll have it figured out a little bit better in terms of what's going to be needed for the pre-registration on Saturday.
Okay,
But
that's
basically,
good.
we're going to be handing out, the bibs, their numbers and their t-shirts, figuring that out. So Kevin's going to get that together Friday night and drop it off Saturday. So it'll be a little hectic in the morning, but we'll have to concentrate on what we're doing and how we're doing that. So a couple of people to help out first thing, and then, make sure that we've got some coverage towards the end. Then we'll have to pack it up at 3 o'clock. And then Sunday we'll be setting everything out again. But I think the trustees should be able to handle Saturday with the guidance.
Think about it. You're
Director.
doing 200 registrations usually in 45 minutes to an hour. And now you're going to do whatever, let's say 125 or something, hopefully, or 150. And you're going to do that for 5 hours, plus people can still come Sunday. So
Right.
I don't think you're going to have a huge traffic area.
I don't think we're going to have huge traffic area. I think but that's why I think I need to have like handoff, right? I can't have somebody from 9 to 10 and then the other people come in from 10 to 11. I think I need to have 9 to 10:30, 10 to 12, 11:30 to something, so that you're kind of in the groove and you know what's happening from that end. So if you are available and volunteering, let me know what hours would work for you, and we'll try to spread that out. And then Sunday, the day of the race, we're gonna be scrambling a little bit to, make the best use of our new space.
And I
Right.
think the biggest thing will probably be, because we haven't had to worry about this too much, is getting the tables, right? Because they're in that trailer, right?
Well,
Karen?
They're in the trailer at the
I
library.
think they're in the,
Or the shed.
they're in
Where
the
are they?
shed, I
In
think,
the
aren't they?
shed.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're in the shed at the library.
Okay. Well, yeah, may have that big a deal there.
Diane, I just want to add that when you do the packer pickup on Saturday, you're also giving people their t-shirts at the same time.
Right, we're giving them the t-shirt and their bibs. That's what it
Yeah.
is. No food,
No food,
just numbers and shirts.
no fabulous merchandise.
That's,
Hey, Karen?
Yes,
Hey, Karen?
yes, yes, Ron.
I can show up at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning to help you guys, take all those tables out if you want.
Would we leave them out overnight? I don't think we need a lot of tables for Saturday.
Well, I'll be around at 9 o'clock anyways, to give you a hand doing something for a while.
Super.
That would be great.
Okay.
Okay, I think we're all set then, Diane?
I think we are. It looks good. Again, you guys know how important this race is, and it takes all of us to pull it off year after year. So I appreciate your time and effort. And this year is unlike any other. This is usually very routine for us, but we're just going to have to roll with the punches. And I think the more hands we have available on those 2 days, the easier it will be to get things done. So I appreciate that. Like I said, if you could shoot me an email with times that you might be available on Saturday and certainly Sunday. We expect everybody to be there.
Okay, great.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
I'll see you all
Okay,
soon.
okay.
Take
Thanks,
care.
James. We're done.
All
Thanks,
righty.
James.
No problem. Have a good night.